Hey folks, it's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also into the best MJ community. Today is Thursday. It's a brand new month, August 1st. Hope you're doing well. And in this video, we're going to do an earnings prep video for SNDL's upcoming Q2 2024 earnings, which are due to come out tomorrow. We're going to take a look at the analyst estimates, and we'll take a look at the chart as well. And take a look at the technicals. I'll give my thoughts and opinions on that and what to expect in terms of price action in the days, weeks, months ahead. Before we get to it, though, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. As always, this is not financial advice, and I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. You should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. And full disclosure, I do own SNDL in my portfolio. Very bullish on this company long term. I like how they're very differentiated into retail, MJ, but not only that, into alcohol as well. And they're also a producer. You can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. Just got back from vacation in Prince Edward Island, visiting family and friends. Tons of family didn't get to meet my daughter yet, so that was the first time for them. I had an absolute blast, but I'm glad to be back into the swing of things. It's been a busy week. Like I said, it feels like when I go for a week now, it's like I'm gone for months and months at a time because the amount of work that accrued is insane, but we're getting caught up here and be a little bit of a shorter video here today, but you can expect me to be back into my regular routine and into the swing of things. And I'll do my best to cover SNDL earnings tomorrow as well. So the earnings second quarter 2024 financial results are due tomorrow pre-market, Friday, August 2nd, and that will be for the period ending June 30th, 2024. And then immediately after that, there will be a conference call and webcast at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So I'll do my best to join that as well. And like I said, do a review of their earnings. So we'll take a look at the analyst estimates. If we go to investing.com, they're forecasting 240.4 million. And they didn't have anything there for EPS, which is a bit odd. But if we take a look at Moomoo, they're forecasting 240.4, EPS just flat at 0. And then EBITDA, they're forecasting negative 4.5 million. Not too much weight behind that because it's one analyst, and we've been missing a lot the last few quarters. And they've come in somewhere around that, negative 12, positive 1, negative 5, negative 4, and they've came in at, negative 154, negative 29, negative 84. So big misses there in terms of EBITDA. But not putting too much weight behind that, like I said, because it's on one analyst, and realistically not putting too much weight behind any of these earnings reports right now, because we need a few, at least, 2 or preferably 3 quarters back to back where we're starting to see some impressive quarters back to back. And as of right now, these numbers are they're not really that great to go off of, because, if you take a look at the excise tax in Canada, if it switches to a percentage fee, which they're talking about doing, that would add tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars to these LPs, to these licensed producers in Canada's bottom line, right? So a lot of the numbers that we're looking at just aren't that, they're not very telling. And we're going to see tons of growth. Germany's looking to fast track Pillar 2. We've got, Sunstream and SNDL and looking to capitalize on the US market as well. And then once the US opens up, there's so much growth, it's not even funny. You got Florida probably going to pass, rescheduling likely to happen before the election. You've got uplisting potentially to the NYSE and the NASDAQ, get some sort of safe harbor done for these companies. Just the hype on that alone. And then also, banking, MJ banking, right? Which could happen in a lame duck session. If we take a look at TradingView, they're forecasting 175.66 million USD. And if you go to xe.com and just convert that over, it's about 243.7 million and change. So I went ahead, added them all up. So we take a look at the revenue. They're forecasting 241.53 is the analyst consensus on Wall Street. 0 for EPS, and EBITDA was negative 4.5 million. We'll jump into the chart here. There is a bearish continuation pattern that is on deck here on the hourly time frame. It's on the hourly, so if it does confirm, it's not the end of the world. Probably only going to see about a 2 to 3% measured move downside from here. So if we take a look at the hourly time frame, we did confirm an hourly downtrend with lower highs, lower lows, and we have a bear flag on deck. So we have our high, low of the dump. We're starting the hourly bounce, but anything under the 0.32 fib there at 223 is an hourly bear flag potential. Break above 223, then we're no longer expecting that to confirm. But the S&P 500 was weak today. Amazon earnings were out. Apple's earnings were out. Amazon was down quite a bit. After hours, Apple was up slightly, but that could change into tomorrow. So we'll see what happens there if we can get some headwinds or tailwinds from the broader market, but we were definitely feeling the wrath of SPY weakness today. So in order to confirm the hourly bear flag, we need to lose 219. We'll lose that, then our measured move, you just go from the high to the low, move it out to your 0.32 fib, and it's saying about 212 if confirmed. So break above 223, then we negate it, lose 219, then we confirm it, and measured move would be down at around 212. If we take a look at the weekly time frame here, we are above the 10-week moving average, and we have been closing above that for the last month or so, which is a great sign. And we're seeing a bull cross here of the weekly MACD. The stochastic's already bullish. So from a medium to long-term perspective, it's not looking too bad here. And we're gearing up for a 50 and 100 weekly bull cross. Still a ways away before we see those cross. So it's entirely possible that we just kind of range, go sideways here. And it's a possible head and shoulders here on the weekly time frame as well. So we'll see what happens here into tomorrow. But going to be looking at the broader market as well for direction. If we can start to see a relief rally there and start to see bulls return in the broader market, that will bode well for the sector. But like I said, if we don't get above about 270, then it is a 267 was the high there. So anything around 260, 270 is a potential weekly head and shoulders. And that would not sit well with investors. I know that right now. It's been a brutal bear market, but it is what it is. We could potentially see even more weakness in the broader market. We also could see a death cross here with the 50 above the 100 and the 200-day moving average. It's a long ways away before those actually cross, so it'd be at least a couple of weeks, in my opinion, before we see a death cross, but that could align with a head and shoulders there on the weekly time frame if that were to play out. We just zoom out to the weekly here. I had it drawn. Yeah, so there you got your left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We'll just get rid of the fib tool here with that hourly bear flag, so it's a little bit more easier to read. So if we take our measured move from the high to the low, get our trend line, it is saying we could be targeting all the way down to around 108. So I don't think that's the most likely scenario. And in order to negate the weekly head and shoulders, we need a break. We need a break above 267 with some follow through. And then obviously break above the head there at 293, then it's definitely a thing of the past, and we won't be expecting this head and shoulders. But as of right now, we could even see an EMA 12 and 26 bear cross on the weekly. It's pretty choppy right now. And if we zoom out to the monthly time frame and take a look at the monthly, it's a monthly inside bar. So generally when you see monthly inside bars and tightening ranges, it's very difficult to, kind of really look at these lower level timeframes and get any kind of clarity. There's a lot of chop in between. And that's generally when you're stuck in between a monthly inside bar, it just means you're within the trading range of the previous candle. Usually it's a lot choppier on the smaller level timeframes, right? But the most important factor is that we're in a monthly uptrend. We had our low, our high of the bounce, higher low, and higher high. We're just working on another monthly higher low. And as of right now, no major red flags whatsoever. SNDL, one of the stronger names, technically speaking. SNDL, VFF, Cron, High Tide, all confirmed monthly uptrends. We have a bunch of the tier ones that have yet to do so, like Tilray, there's CGC, ACB, OGI is another one as well. So the more names that confirm monthly uptrends, the better, and follow in the footsteps of SNDL. But as of right now, like I said, wouldn't be surprised if we, into tomorrow, we get sort of a muted reaction and maybe even a slight bit of downside. And over the next, couple weeks, couple months, it's entirely possible where we just continue to trend, either sideways or slightly lower. I think we could see, a little bit more downside before we start to recover greatly into the fall, because that's generally that seasonality effect. And we're going to more than likely see MJ promoted in these political campaigns ahead of the elections. If you look at crypto, the one side of the aisle has done a complete 180 on crypto, and that's a big part of their campaign now. One particular candidate even created Bitcoin shoes, so crypto shoes. So it just goes to show you how quickly people can change. And now that Biden's dropping out, we'll see who's going to be replacing him. But as of right now, we're expecting Harris, and she's very pro MJ and could be using that to sway voters to come out and vote. And as of right now, based on stats and what I've seen, the research I've done, it's looking like there's more MJ. There's more people that consume MJ that my dog's barking in the background. Lost my train of thought. There's more people in the U.S. that are involved in MJ than there are crypto, right? So whether they're consumers or whatever, there's, I think, slightly more, maybe 5 to 10% more people in the US, but it's right up there with cats and dogs. The same amount of people who say they have some sort of MJ use is more than, households that have dogs, right? And same thing with crypto. That's around the same amount. I think it was like 50 some million, 60 million people in the US said they own crypto, which is kind of on par, like I said, with domesticated animals. So it's a big issue, and a lot of people are, single issue voters, and I'm in Canada, so I'm not going to get political, but I just want what's best for MJ. And I encourage you to do the same. We should see some information with regards to rescheduling as well. At some point, there's talks that they're not going to go through a hearing. I never really thought they would. There's definitely going to be litigation, but I do think they're going to want to speed this up as quickly as possible. We've already seen that. We were told that it could take multiple years to get to where we even are today. And it's been happening at record speed, which is very uncommon for the government, right? So, and these 3-letter agencies. So as of right now, like I said, I think we're going to continue to see that move along expeditiously. And then into the fall, I think we're going to see it approved and rescheduled before the elections so they can get a win. And then, like I said, a month or two before the elections, I think they're really going to pump MJ as a way to sway young voters and to get votes at the polls. All right. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this. As I said, I'll do a review of SNDL more than likely tomorrow, and I'll do my best to join the conference call. Hope you had a great week. Like I said, great to be back. And it's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us in the Pursuit of Wealth. Let me know what you think. Do you think they're going to beat or miss in terms of earnings? What are you expecting for earnings into tomorrow? If there's anything that I missed that you'd like to share with people in the comments, we can continue the conversation there. All right. Have a great night, and we'll see you on the next video.